my name is Lexie, and thanks for that introduction, Pastor Steves. And I grew up in this church, so I'm very grateful to be able to come back and speak to you a little bit this morning. I am preparing to be a missionary in Bangkok, Thailand. So this fall, hopefully after Thanksgiving, I'll be heading over there for a commitment of 5 years. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit this morning about why I'm doing that. So if you were here for the Q&A at 9:30, sorry, this might be a little bit of a repeat. But I want to go to Bangkok, Thailand, because Bangkok has traditionally been a nation, or Thailand has traditionally been a nation of receiving aid. It's a third world country. There's a lot of extreme poverty in the nation. So it's received a lot of aid and attention for humanitarian work and Christian missions alike throughout the years. But what I have been praying to see over the last couple of years is for God to transform Thailand from a receiving nation into a sending nation. A nation where leaders can be raised up and go out to bless other nations. So that has been my vision and what's kind of motivated me to go along this path of moving to Thailand. So one exciting thing, when I had the chance to visit this summer, I visited Bangkok for 2 weeks last summer, and I was able to take part in a Bible study. So the slums in Bangkok, they're kind of hard to picture. I had a hard time picturing it before I went. But one of the first slums where I was met, where the ministry I'm joining is set up, is perched over a sewer. So it smells just terrible. The smell is the first thing that hits you. The sewage, and then you walk along this long, narrow, rickety bridge that's built out of like little pieces of scrap wood. So you gotta be careful that you don't fall into the like black, stinky mess below. And then once you get to the slum, you see just pieces and pieces of scrap metal, like nailed together, kind of falling apart. You'll see a few rats, and you see a ton of people. So this is where these leaders come from. This is where the leaders live, and they were meeting together to have this Bible study. And they were studying the book of Mark, the first chapter. So they're reading and reading, and they come to the point where Jesus calls his disciples and says, "I'll make you fishers of men." And they just thought that was the best thing, because fishermen is a pretty common occupation in Thailand, so it sounds pretty familiar. So they were pointing at each other and saying, "Oh, Raptai, you'll be a coffee seller of men, and Ping, you'll be a shoe repairman of men." So they were getting excited about that, having a good time. And then they got to the point in the scripture where Jesus says, "Come, let us go now and preach to the nearby towns and villages also, for that is why I have come." So they started to think, does God want us to go to nearby villages as well? So these people who literally have nothing, they don't know where the next meal is coming from, we're thinking, how can we bless the people around us? Is Jesus talking about the other slums next to us? Is Jesus talking about the other provinces in Thailand? Could Jesus even be asking us to go to the nearby countries? What about Burma? What about Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia? So I sat back, my friend was translating for me. I sat back amazed, because here I was, seeing the vision that I had been praying for God to raise up leaders in Thailand that would go forth and bless other nations right here. So that is what I'm going and hoping to be a part of for the next 5 years. If you'd like to stay in touch with me and hear more about that, there are some legal pads set up in the back. So as you leave church today, write down your address or email address on the legal pads, and I'd love to send you a letter. So thanks so much for listening this morning, and please keep Thailand in your prayers.